Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Having concluded our 2021 annual general meeting, it is now my pleasure to honour this year's distinguished fellows. The achievements of our association are only possible with the support and dedication of our members, for which the association exists. Since its creation in 2004, the IAIS Distinguished Fellows Programme has honoured colleagues who have made exceptional contributions to the IAIS. We, of course, would have liked to have had the opportunity to bestow this honour upon this year's two deserving recipients in person. Each of them has played a key role in the evolution and success of this association and have shown exceptional dedication, sustained service, and outstanding leadership during the years with the IAIS. Without further ado, I now have the great pleasure to recognise these two outstanding colleagues and professionals who have been nominated and selected by their peers as Distinguished Fellows for 2021. First, Gabriel Bernardino, former chair of EIOPA, and whose new role as chairman of the Securities Market Commission of Portugal, lucky Securities Market Commission, if I may add, began today. Second, Henshin Zhang, formerly Assistant Managing Director of Banking and Insurance, and now Deputy Managing Director, Financial Supervision at the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Starting first with Gabriel. Gabriel has a long record of dedication to and leadership within the IAIS. He started his involvement in the IAIS from the trenches, participated in working groups that were developing the first technical standards. He then rose to become a member of the IAIS Executive Committee back in 2011. At that time, as we absorbed the lessons from the global financial crisis, one insight was that we, as a global community of supervisors, didn't always do as good a job as we could of talking to one another, learning from one another, and coordinating our supervisory responses. I don't think it's hyperbole to say that Gabriel was a preeminent bridge builder at that time. Gabriel was unwaveringly committed to finding a mutual understanding and to get the IAIS to be very strategic and open about the challenges it faced. And while Gabriel would never shy away from impassioned debate, underlying that passion was his belief in the importance of the IAIS as a credible international standard setter that could help build global convergence. And Gabriel believed that for any region or jurisdiction to have high standards in an internationally competitive market, the world needs to have reasonably high standards. So without the world having reasonably high standards in a global society where global corporations can move jurisdictions, not a single country can have them either. More concretely, Gabriel played a pivotal role in the achievement of compromises on some of our key post-crisis reforms, namely ComFrame and within it the quantitative pillar, ICS, and the holistic framework. Gabriel has also played an indelible role in shaping the future strategic direction of the association through not only his active participation on EXCO, but also through his membership on the Strategic Planning and Financial Outlook Task Force, which actually shaped our current strategic plan that we have begun to live. From a personal perspective, Gabriel is someone who cares deeply for his work, for issues. He's a public servant at heart, and for his colleagues and for the international community. He's an extremely curious, intellectually curious man, very interesting and interested. We are immensely grateful to Gabriel, not just for his concrete contributions to our work, but more importantly for the legacy that he has left behind, which we as an association continue to benefit from. Now, Gabriel was planning to be here today, but it has just happened that he started his new job as the chair of Portugal's Securities Market Commission today. And he will be attending the opening ceremony at the Ministry of Finance, and we couldn't get the Minister of Finance to change his schedule, unfortunately. So he sadly will not be able to join us live. He has nevertheless prepared a short video to acknowledge this award. Please, let's see it.
Dear Vicky, dear Jonathan, dear colleagues, good afternoon to all of you. I am truly honored to be recognized as the Distinguished Fellow of the IAIS and join a list of colleagues that in the past contributed so much to the IAIS mission of consumer protection and financial stability. It has been an incredible journey where I learned a lot and had the privilege of working closely with so many of you. I'm sorry for not being able to be live with you today, but by an incredible coincidence, it is also the first day of my new job as President of the Portuguese Securities Markets Commission, CMVM. At this moment, I will be attending the opening ceremony at the Ministry of Finance. So in the coming years, I hope to be able to contribute to IOSCO and to help foster international standards for capital market supervision. As you know, I deeply believe that sound and robust international standards and sincere cooperation between supervisors are key cornerstones of effective regulation and supervision. I'm quite proud of the progress that collectively we have been able to achieve in the IAIS in the latest years, sometimes, as we know, under very difficult external circumstances. That was only possible because even when our views were hugely different, we trusted each other to find a compromise and move forward. From all these years, I bring with me great memories, but more than everything, I believe, truly friendships. I hope to see you soon, and once again, thank you very much for this great honor.
Thank you, Gabriel. And now on to a second honoree. Henshin is truly seen as a champion of international collaboration and coordination in our field. Henshin served as a member of EXCO from June 2017 to May 2021. Over these nearly 4 years, she made substantial contributions to the work of the IAIS in several roles, including as a member of the Audit and Risk Committee, the ICS Task Force, the Selection Committee, and the Strategic Plan and Financial Outlook Task Force. Henshin was also our inaugural FinTech champion, providing steadfast leadership on a strategic theme that holds so much importance not only to our membership, but more broadly to the insurance sector as a whole. Lastly, she was a highly sought-after panelist and moderator at numerous IAIS annual conferences and other events. I hold in high regard Henshin's active participation in projects, her professional expertise, and her uncanny ability to communicate views with eloquence, gravitas, and grace. Those talents, together with strategic thinking and her cross-sectoral perspectives, serve the IAIS in so many ways. I have also an anecdote that the Secretariat actually keeps reminding me of from Henshin that I might share with you. It comes from the committee meetings and global seminar in Buenos Aires in the heady days of 2019 when we were all traveling in places around the world. And you may remember, those of you that were able to participate, there was an award ceremony taking place at a hotel, a very luxurious hotel in Buenos Aires that was attended by a number of movie stars and celebrities. And there was press there taking photos, unfortunately not of me, neither of Jonathan nor Romain or the Secretariat, but mainly focused on the movie stars. And I remember Henshin remarking on the fact that no one would mistake anyone from the IAIS as a movie star. That remark was somewhat ironic because if anyone amongst the group of supervisors, stakeholders and Secretariat staff would be mistaken for a celebrity, it would be Henshin. And this is because her intellect shines through her elegance, grace and gravitas. and most importantly, substance that she injects in our meetings. She could always be relied upon to present herself, communicate always thoughtful and salient views in a way that were sure to leave a mark. So a true star. Henshin, thank you very much for your years of valuable service to the IAIS. We will miss you, but we do see you in the Financial Stability Board and in other environments. And we would very much like now to hear a few words from you.
Vicky, colleagues and friends, thank you so much for your kind words. And for this award, this is truly an honor, and it has been my privilege to have served alongside each of you. It is also humbling to share this virtual stage with Gabriel, a colleague that I deeply respect and enjoyed working with at the IAIS. The IAIS is a special organization. Let me briefly share 3 attributes of the IAIS that I admire and have benefited from. The first attribute is inclusivity. Our commitment to inclusivity has meant that a diverse community of supervisors sit at our table to discuss how we can collectively make insurance markets more resilient and better serve their communities. Given our differing supervisory approaches, we may not always agree at the outset. What is precious, however, is that these differences have never gotten in the way of us delivering on our goals. They have instead taught us to listen well to alternative views, to learn from the best amongst us, and to establish high-quality global standards that are considerate of the differences in our markets across the world. The second attribute is resilience. The IAIS has never shied away from undertaking tough but vital work. Many of the work we do comes with no blueprints and no roadmaps to follow. Whether we're talking about the ICS or the holistic framework, these frameworks we build from scratch. We've never said no, however difficult the work, as long as it's important work. Members simply stepped up to the plate, worked closely together, navigated difficulties, and delivered time and again. The final attribute is agility. Many of us may chuckle, since I recall quite a number of EXCO members voted in our retreat, I think must have been 3 years ago, that the IAIS could possibly be moving too slowly. But I take a different view. We do take the time we need to make sure that issues are well discussed, but we have never taken our eye off the important issues. The IAIS was quick to pivot to address today's pressing issues of sustainability, digital transformation, and operational resilience because we had identified these issues as strategic themes early in our medium-term planning exercises. So thank you for making me a distinguished fellow of this esteemed organization. It now gives me the liberty to visit old friends at the IAIS at short notice despite your busy schedules. On a more serious note, I seriously wish the IAIS success as you implement your next roadmap. Your qualities of inclusivity, resilience, and agility will continue to serve you very well. The IAIS has a very special place in my heart, so know that I will be rooting for the organization and its work. Thank you again for this incredible honor.
Thank you, Henshin. Thank you, Gabriel. Although we cannot applaud you in person this year, I'm sure that everyone here virtually is joining me in a warm and long round of applause and is inspired by your exceptional service to the association. As we recognize the past service of these former colleagues, we also know that it takes each of us working together to get towards a common purpose to accomplish our goals. Without committed members, we are nothing. And now more than ever, as we carry on working and living through the multiple repercussions of the pandemic, we deeply rely on this incredible spirit of collaboration and cooperation. I now wish all attendees a wonderful rest of the day or evening, and I look forward to seeing you at our annual conference tomorrow. Thank you.